Okay, so now in this question it says we were annoyed by her dash reply, for we had been led to expect definite assurances of her approval. Now we need to understand again the type of question that we have over here. It is saying that we were annoyed, right? So the first keyword that we have is annoyed. So what is the type of reply that would annoy someone if there were definite assurances, right? So if I have given someone definite assurances, that would mean कि अगर उसके बाद फिर मैं कोई ऐसी बात करूं जिसमें श्योरिटी ना हो, right? तो फिर ये चीज अनॉय करेगी, क्योंकि मैं तो ये बोलूंगा कि भाई आपने तो मुझे अश्योरेंस दी थी, right? So acerbic over here means sharp, right? तो sharp reply की वजह से तो हम नहीं अनॉय होंगे अगर हमने कमिटमेंट की हुई है, right? Vehement however means passionate, or maybe something that is, yeah, passionate is a good word. And caustic is burning. So neither of these words can be the answer over here. However, non-committal is something that you talk about when it's the type of commitment that would annoy someone. अगर आपने पहले से assurance दी हुई है और फिर आप नॉन कमिटल हो जाएं, यानी आप कमिटमेंट खत्म कर दें, तो जाहिर है वो फिर वो अनॉय करेगा, ठीक है? तो द आंसर टू दिस क्वेश्चन इज बी. Because of the anticipated dash, the captain had the fasten the seatbelt sign on during the entire flight. Now, sabotage means to take under operation. Difficulties, we know what difficulties is. Activity, we know that. ये turbulence जो है ना, this is a specific word that is used when the flight or the airlines are unsettled in their operation, right? तो turbulence की वजह से ही ऐसा होता है कि turbulence तूफान वगैरह में आता है, तो उसी में ही होता है कि you have to take on your seat belts, right? So this was easy and the answer is D. Intolerance among dash group is deplorable and usually is based on lack of information about the cultural groups involved, right? So if you look at this one, तो यहाँ पे पहली चीज जो पहला कीवर्ड है वो क्या है? Intolerance. So one thing is for sure that there is intolerance, right? And the second important word is cultural groups, right? So it's on the basis of culture. There is intolerance and it is deplorable. Deplore is something when you regret something, right? Which is not good, right? So if you look at the options, aesthetic means when you are admired by the beauty of something, right? Belligerent is when you are into quarrels and all of that. Cohesive is when something keeps joined the other parts of the bigger picture. Ethnic seems more relevant, that intolerance among ethnic groups. And how do we know they were ethnic groups, not religious or any other group? We know that because यहाँ पे mention हुआ है cultural groups, ठीक है? So the answer to this question is A. In such dash weather, you must dress properly in order to avoid catching a cold or the flu. Now, you need to understand that incompatible weather, obviously the weather cannot be incompatible. Incompatible to what, right? That cannot be the answer. Variegated is multicolored, when something has many faces and all of that. So that is variegated. When you talk about salubrious, so salubrious is someone that is healthy. Again, the weather, this is not an adjective that you can use for weather. Inclement is a stormy, right? So this is a word that we can use for weather, and this is the type of weather where you can catch cold or flu as well. So the answer to this question is option D. Okay, so John Ferguson was widely dash for his contribution to scientific research and it was dash for the Nobel Prize. Now, because there is an and before the second blank and after the first blank, this tells us that the x and the y, and if I call the answer to the first word x and the second one y, it tells us कि इन दोनों के जो answers होंगे या इन दोनों में जो words आएंगे, they have to be what? They have to be the synonyms of each other. They cannot be opposite, right? Now castigate and propose, ये तो opposite हो गया. सही है. Known and condemn, ये भी opposite हो गया, right? Now renowned and lauded and acclaimed and nominated. Now यहाँ पे इन दो में से कोई एक चीज है, ठीक है, लेकिन ये widely के साथ जो word आ रहा है, that has to do something with the acceptance, right? There can be people who are renowned but they are not accepted, right? But because we're talking about the contribution, तो बेहतर word ये होगा कि उसको वो क्या उसको accept किया गया था, right? And we do not know कि he won the Nobel Prize or not. That is why we cannot say lauded in the second one, because lauded would be an apt option when there is something in the sentence telling us that he won the Nobel Prize. So the better answer to this question will be D. And if we fit these options over here, he was acclaimed for his contribution and was nominated for the Nobel Prize. It fits perfectly. Answer to the question is D. It was a great victory, but its dash effect will not be dash until we learn exactly how badly the enemy fared, right? So we don't know how badly the enemy fared. That means that we do not know the real effect of the war, right? So iska matlab pehle blank mein there has to be a word that has to do something with real, and fortunately we have this word in option C, right? And accomplished to ho nahi sakta because this is something that already has happened. Felt bhi nahi ho sakta, time felt bhi nahi हो सकता, apprehended भी नहीं हो सकता because इनके साथ ये long और ये finite लिखा हुआ है which is not relevant, ठीक है? तो real के साथ appreciated है, that is fine. Its real effect will not be appreciated until we learn how badly the enemy fared, ठीक है? The answer to this question will be C. The child was not dash in his response, he showed his dash openly. Now, whatever the word that we think should come in the blank, उसका opposite हमें लिखना है क्योंकि blank से पहले हमारे पास not लिखा हुआ है, ठीक है? तो if he showed, right, तो हमें समझ में ये आ रहा है कि he was good with it, right? He was extrovert and he was showing his emotions, right? तो candid हो सकता है, लेकिन यहाँ पे क्योंकि not लिखा हुआ है, तो जब आप not candid कहोगे तो ये गलत हो जाएगा. Quick भी हो सकता है, लेकिन ये irrelevant है. It has nothing to do with being extrovert or not. Hesitant हो सकता है again, मगर आगे क्या है indecision, तो ये दूसरा word नहीं हो सकता. Not hesitant सही हो जाता है, लेकिन indecision गलत हो जाएगा. Not inhibited ठीक है. Not inhibited का inhibited is when you talk less, right? When you're an introvert, that's inhibited, right? Not inhibited means that you are not that, right? He showed his emotions openly, right? So he was an extrovert, and that is why the answer to this question is B. Janet was liked by everyone she met because of her dash manner and attractive appearance, right? So what is the type of appearance that everyone would like her? Obviously, it is not a universal appearance. That is an irrelevant word. मतलब what is a universal appearance? नहीं है तो fortitude जो है वो bravery के लिए होता है और ये normally females के लिए use होता भी नहीं है. Auspicious is someone who favors success, but again यहाँ पे that is not something that would make someone like you, right? Winsome, yes, winsome is an attitude जिसकी वजह से लोग आपको पसंद कर सकते हैं. Winsome कहते हैं जीत लेने वाले को, कि वो बात करे, ऐसी दोस्ती लगाए, ऐसी बात कर ले कि वो लोगों का दिल जीत ले. तो ये winsome एक manner और attractive appearance है उसका. That is why the answer is D. Because your solution to this problem is so dash, I must oppose its adoption by this committee. देखिए जी, practical अगर solution है, because your solution कैसा solution होगा कि वो oppose करेगा? अगर प्रैक्टिकल है तो ऑब्वियसली अपोज नहीं करेगा, अगर एनेमेटिक है तो अपोज नहीं करेगा, वो उसको सॉल्व करेगा। एनेग्मेटिक इज समथिंग दैट इज पजलिंग, राइट? तो अगर एनेग्मेटिक है तो कहा जाएगा कि भाई इसको सॉल्व करो। अगर ग्रैटिशियस है तो भी वो उसको अपोज नहीं करेगा। हाँ, डायबोलिकल इज समथिंग दैट इज ईविल, राइट? तो अगर कोई चीज ईविल है, प्लान कोई ईविल है, बुरा है, तो उसको फिर अपोज किया जाएगा। इसलिए इसका आंसर है सी। John was awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of his dash in a very fierce battle, right? So this is fortitude, and देखें, John was awarded the Medal of Honor in his recognition of dash in a very fierce battle. If you're talking about a battle, and it has to do something with the skill or the bravery or something like that, right? Conformity is to listen to someone. Attitude, we don't know about it. Accuracy again has nothing to do with, yes it has to do with, but you know, मेडल ऑफ ऑनर एक सोल्जर को मिल रहा है तो उसकी कोई बहादुरी वगैरह पे ही मिलेगा ना। तो ये फोर्टिट्यूड है, दैट इज ब्रेवरी, जिसके ऊपर ये चीज हो सकती है। तो सबसे एप्ट आंसर यही है, इसलिए इस क्वेश्चन का आंसर डी है।